at the start, but we will get to it as we play. So, without much further ado, who wants to do a quick recap?
We did an FBI raid, or a Navy SEALs raid, and it went
It's
about
not
as
the
well.
first time that the group has done
Yeah.
that.
This isn't the first time. The last time it was with Regulus, Nathaniel, Goel, and I think Judas. Or no, Judas wasn't in at that time, was he? Was he?
Remember?
I think there was like 4 of us. I think it was Jethris, Goel. Either way, we did a SEAL Team 6 raid before, and we did one today, or last session. And last time we started off, well, in the middle of our breach and clear, with a bunch of rocks that proceeded to fan out. We defeated the large creature in the center of the room that was causing no end of grief. And what was it? We fanned out on either side to go attack this interior sort of jail slash underground lair. As soon as we stepped out of the room, or as soon as Lily and Nathaniel stepped out of the room, someone pulled a lever and proceeded to close all the doors and fill the chamber with smoke, which did not do the group any favors, as the group had to bash their way out of that situation, whilst Nathaniel and Lily fought their way through the hallways, which was the duo no one ever expected. And then the other side busted through the door, accompanied by a small army of rocks that floated down the hallway and absolutely annihilated anything that they came across. Even though at the start of the session I was pretty sure I set them to non-lethal, but they chose death, and chose violence. And as we all sort of pushed and met towards the middle, we were confronted by a series of horrifying horrors or monstrosities created seemingly in this place. Large rat-like creatures, and a rat with a big, weirdly humanoid face. And we did see our quarry, the scarred-faced man, or one of them at the very least, and mage that was at the end of the hallway. And Lily tried to catch up and attack these two before they got away, and as they did move back up the stairs, they had finished casting a very painful spell, a symbol spell that was attuned to the pain variety, or the pain glyph, which then proceeded to incapacitate most of the party. Left Vala, Jethris, and Shatrix. I don't know, Vala and Jethris, I guess. Crouched on the ground in pain. Also the rat, but that was only helpful to us. And as we destroyed all of those, Judas rejoined the group after Lily managed to unlock the door to get him out of his cage match with the other large rat creature. And thankfully, gave Lily some extra speed to get after those targets that had run away, the 2 scarred-faced individuals. Lily and Nathaniel dashed up the stairs to go after them, and Lily went for one, or got engaged in combat with both of them, and held his own for a while before Nathaniel came up and gave the assist with all of us, or deciding on who's going to go after what target. The scarred-faced man, the one that owned this place, or seemed to be the proprietor, appeared to put on a ring in the combat, which Lily thought it was going to be some sort of magical effect, and did think about taking it off of him, but unfortunately didn't follow that train of thought, and then instead just went after the mage. Whilst Nathaniel attempted to bring the man unconscious, it turned out that the ring was a band of loyalty, which then proceeded to kill him, even if he was tried to put unconscious. Which now left us with a heap of dead monsters, monster makers, and no further evidence, as everyone had died that probably was important. But
and I will turn first to the people that are on the upper part of the building, that is Nathaniel, Goel, and Satrix, with the rest of the group, or at least part of the group, still onto the other side, as Nathaniel was the one that knocked the man unconscious, yet as he fell down to the ground, smacking his head down there, surely this could not have caused that much damage, as you see from his ears and from his mouth slowly blood pours out, indicating severe blood loss, way more than it should have been. Confused, Nathaniel grabs the man's hand and can feel no pulse, as the ring onto his hand glimmer faintly. A small metallic glint, indicating that something just transpired. Something just happened.
Well, crap. I guess he killed himself.
Not sure if this is a question in character or to the dungeon master, but he is actually dead, if that is the question to me.
Okay, it was a question in character. I was gonna lean down and see if is he actually dead?
Nathaniel will attempt a medicine check to determine whether or not this guy is dead or just mostly dead.
You do not need to roll me something, Nathaniel. For that, you can, as you do a swift examination, you are a proficient healer. You can tell that there is no saving this person. The moment he dropped to zero was the moment that he actually collapsed as well.
I guess.
Yes,
sorry.
Go ahead.
At this point, does Lily walk in with the body of the mage?
In a bit, there'll be some commotion outside. Lily would have to wander around for a couple of minutes, but Lily will be back swiftly.
Okay. Nathaniel checks the body for a pulse, checks to see if it's breathing, and says to Shatrix, yes, he is. He's quite dead. I believe it's this ring he has on his finger, I say as I gingerly remove the band of loyalty from his finger.
Oh, they really didn't want anything to get out, I suppose.
I don't think they did.
Well, we'll just have to be extra good, I guess, at investigating this place.
Yeah, it's possible that if we search downstairs, maybe we can find some notes or something. I'm not sure.
Is there anything on this person, like, could be paper, I don't know, something that indicates like what they were doing here? I'm assuming they don't have anything, but you never know unless you check.
You do a quick thorough sweep, Satrix, hoping that something might be on them, any sort of clue or lead to pursue this further, if it actually goes any further than that. But if that man took precaution to end his life before falling onto enemy hands, he surely has not left the loose ends as well. At least, not on him.
Yep. Alrighty. She'll kind of stand up and look around to everybody and say, well, I guess we just have to sweep the whole building before we leave.
As you say that, and slowly Goel is calming down from his rage, Nathaniel, you will hear, other than the screams of pain from down below that were still lingering from the symbol effect, you hear a noise as if something is going on downstairs. As your attention is raised. And I'll sweep to the other side as Nathaniel informs the others that something's going on there. As I turn to the other side of this, Vala still standing there in pain, grabbing the side or the side of the wall with one hand and this stack of weapons on the other, as Jethros onto the other side on top of those barrels tries to keep his grip for a number of seconds. As Judas, go ahead.
Judas basically, don't know what you guys ran into, but basically Judas is suddenly cringing and gnashing his teeth. You can see him holding on to a little thing in front of him as he looks at Jeffress. He kind of shakes his head, looks at Vela, looks at everything around him, says in a very strained voice, almost gnashing his teeth, says, Vela, it seems my father wants to meet you. And I will basically attack Vela.
Onto down below, Judas grabs his weapon. Vala turns and looks as shocked and probably appalled by this. I'll, just to keep turns, because there are a couple of turns left onto the symbol. Jeffries, Judas, I'll roll for Vala. You go for it. Still 2 turns remaining on symbol. That's for Jeffries and Vala.
Okay.
Jeffries, you see as Judas stands right next towards Vala and grabs his blade, says those things, and is about to attack. You are still incapacitated for this and the turn after, but you are still able to move or speak faintly whilst in pain.
What the fuck do I say to this? What the fuck are you doing?
What I'm told to do. Although,
Go for it, Judas. Make me the attack.
Surprise, I'm guessing?
It's still they're incapacitated. I'll give you advantage on the first. I'll give you the first one.
Advantage. Judas basically takes his sword. his body almost seems like a rickety puppet, almost like in pain. He doesn't want to, as he's also suffering from something or some other. He cuts his hand, trying to win some pain. His eyes, clarity and madness mixing. As he will slash at her with advantage. Yeah, you, my friend. There you are.
That is on the GM layer, but it is a 20. That will definitely hit Vala.
Yes, and well, considering this stage of the situation, since he's already put blood on it as a bonus action, she takes another 31 points of poison damage.
How much damage, sorry?
31 points of poison
damage. As Judas hurls a very potent strike on towards Vala, as as the blood coats the blade and stabs on towards you, nearly knocking her down. Anything else, Judas?
Yep. Oh, second attack. Why GM layer? Freaking hell. Forget public. That's normal. Here's the second normal.
And the second one is normal, however, 12 will not hit. Thankfully. For Vala, that is.
No, it's still advantage, isn't it? It says incapacity.
No. The first one, incapacity doesn't give advantage.
No, it's gone. All good.
No worries.
I think that's me. That's lucky.
As Judas turns towards her, Vala grins in pain, unable to do much. She cannot move further away. No, this is not. It doesn't take the extra d6. As Vala cannot move further away, risking opportunity attack, she tries, looking harrowed, horrified by Judas's actions, unable to move away nor cast spells or do anything. She just gazes in horror in front of her, but she cannot move from where she is. As Jeffrey, this is the last turn. This is the last turn that you are incapacitated.
Sorry, you're trying to say something, Judas?
No. He was just looking as Vala crawls, and he just looks at her, smiling, going, and then his head kind of twitches, but he smiles at her and says, "Just pass out. I'm not going to kill you."
Go ahead, Jethros. If you want to move or try to do something, you are obviously this is the last turn that you're
obviously do something, but I'll try. So Jethros, seeing Vala, one of the people he most respects in the group for her intellect, being hurt by what he thought was one of the most trustworthy people in the group, our protector, Jethros is going to try and push himself through the pain off the barrel and stumble over. Right here, and will pathetically try and push Judas off, saying, "What the fuck are you doing? Stop!" And he ends his turn.
Judas, you are up next as you see Jethro struggling to assist and stop you.
Judas, kind of looking at Jeffress, a look of horror comes onto his face as he says, "No, this is not." But he says, "I must." And you can just see his face kind of like in shock, kind of like going on, as he will suddenly go on his knees in horror and do lay it on hands on Vala of about 20 HP. And then, as he just does that, he looks at Jeffress and says, "You're just a fucking lizard." And I'm going to do Silver Tongue on him.
I don't think you can do so on the same turn because you used your
No,
lay on
role play
hands
then.
on that turn. Yeah, more than fine. As Judas seems to be struggling, one hand on towards Vala, eyes turned towards Jethro's, surely conflicted as Judas seems to be quite distressed, using some energy to try and assist or heal the wound that he just inflicted on towards Vala. Vala sees this soul moment, maybe an opportunity that has arisen as Judas seems to heal her, and she's still incapacitated for the turn, but she will try to move away. I'm not sure if Judas takes an opportunity attack or doesn't right now, given that he just healed her.
He will ignore her as she crawls away, turning to Jeffress, teeth baring. I've always wondered what lizard tastes like.
And Vala moves away, trying to get further from all that. The group upstairs hears the sound and starts moving towards there. On top of the turn, do roll initiatives, pretty much as you rush into here, based on Nathaniel's words. As top of next turn, you will be playing as well. You're all on the left side. But Jeffress, go ahead.
Okay. This really probably isn't gonna work. Jethros will say, "Oh, is it? He's finally not incapacitated, right? I don't want to cheat."
No longer. No. You're no longer incapacitated.
Right. Jethros will step in front of Vala and say, "I might be a fucking lizard, but you're a very small, weak man. You should stand down right now." And he'll cast suggestion.
Go for it, Judas.
It's going to be funny.
A million. Yeah.
Jethro speaks a few words, trying to turn Judas, as you can clearly see the mind or the struggle of the person in front of you as he turns from friend to foe, from foe to friend, and you are uncertain as to which face you will end up seeing on the moment to follow. Anything else, Jethro?
I mean, I could bite him, I guess, but I don't see how that would help. Actually, yeah, he stabbed Vala, and doesn't seem like much is helping. So, man, actually, that's a really hard decision. Would I bite him? God, why does Judas have to be a little pissant?
This is where you could say your comeback.
I already said my comeback and it didn't fucking work. So fuck me, man. I guess I end my turn. I don't know what to do.
It's fine. Judas, you are up next.
Well, if you're going to insult somebody, Jeffress, do it right. Your tail is short. Now I would do the Silver Tongue. You see, deception versus
Insight.
Wisdom. Yeah.
Make me an insight check, Jethros.
I'm so insightful.
Yes, it's 2 inches too short. And yes, he will attack. Advantage.
Go for it. You do make one attack at advantage for this turn.
Misses like a duck.
Somehow that miraculously misses.
I guess that's poetic justice. As Judas speaks a few words towards Jethros and grabs his attention, his attack goes to go swiftly for his neck. And before he feels nearly restrained as his hand pauses for even just a moment.
As he looks at it, suddenly as he tries to cut into Jeffrey, suddenly sees the blade just slide sideways, and a look of horror comes on Judas's face and says, why?" And that's me.
As Vala turns and looks towards there as he prepares a little bit of her own magic. As Vala turns and uses a little bit of energy to try and calm Judas, as she will hold an action to cast calm emotions. This doesn't go off right now. As Vala turns towards you, Judas, seeing you struggling, stand down. I don't want to use something more harmful, as Vala takes a step to the side to try and get some distance between Judas, but still trying to keep an eye on Jethros. As Nathaniel, by now, this is where you find yourself, as you see Vala preparing to cast some magic, and into the distance, Jethros trying or even avoiding one of those attacks. What do you do, Nathaniel?
Let's see. Nathaniel will move forward 30 feet. And looks like I have eyes on Judas, who I guess what I'm picking up from the description is acting erratically, as though he's like enchanted or charmed in some way.
Something of that kind. You cannot tell much by now, but you can definitely see him swinging at Jethros, then apologizes in some sort of fashion. So it's a reasonable conclusion to it.
I think I would just dash out. So dash will get me to here. And that'll end my turn.
Satrix, you are up next.
All right, so she, seeing everything that's going on, is also going to dash. Which, oh, well, Nathaniel's there now. I can't get to Jethros. Would you have left her 5 feet at all?
No, I mean, I was.
You know, she can do stuff. But anyway, I guess she'll have to go right behind Jethros then, and this theoretically should work. She's going to run up behind Jethros, in an attempt to pull him backwards, like kind of behind her shield, and bait and switch with him.
I feel terrible saying this, but I don't think Jethros would.
All right, well, that's as far as she can get.
Sorry.
So I guess instead, as a bonus action, she'll cast Sanctuary on you, and just look over at Judas and say, whatever this is, look inside yourself and get control of yourself. This isn't you. And that's all she can do.
Satrix tries to switch places with Jethros, but Jethros seems adamant to protect Vala, unable to do much more. Satrix speaks a few words of power towards Jethros, and realizing that that he seems to be struggling, turns towards Judas to try and appease him. Sure, Lily, up to you. As next turn you are entering as well, Lily, so for now, Jethros, you are up next.
Man, this sucks. Fuck, man, I don't even know what to say. Goddamn. So much for being the one you said you could trust, I guess. You shouldn't have hit her. And Jethris is gonna cast his lustrous lash on Judas. Gonna aim for non-lethal. I don't know if I can even do enough damage for that.
You are within 5 feet, so you're definitely able to do so. You should roll for mirror image because he still has 2 more. Give me just.
I don't even know how to do that. How do I roll for inspiration or for mirror image?
Just roll a flat d20.
Okay.
I'm back.
If it's an
That means
if it's an 8 or higher, then it hits one of the images.
one of the images indeed is the stricken target as you try to strike Judas down, but not outright kill him or wound him, but you end up hitting a clone, an illusion that just disappears in midst of this. Anything else, Jeff? Assume that you 10?
No, I'm gonna hungry bite him. So
Go
it's
for
another
it.
d20 roll.
Another d20. Now it's on an 11 or higher. Once again,
Yeah.
clearing out the illusions.
Waste no high rolls, yay.
However, you should roll me the attack rolls because mirror images do have an AC of. Let me remind myself. 10 plus dex, so 10. That hits one of the illusions, and that hits the other one of them.
Fucking tricky bastard. And I guess Jethris will step aside to let the fucking muscle do their job.
And Goel, you are up next.
All right, correct me. What I'm seeing is Goel is coming into this area and seeing people attack Judas, or is it just Jethris attacking Judas? Like, what do I see when I come in here?
You have high passive perception, Goel, so I'll give you that you as well, when Nathaniel moved here, you were right beside them, you are fast. You probably saw Judas swinging at Jethris. Now, Jethris is returning the favor, quote unquote, towards them.
Oh, so I noticed that Judas started it, right?
You definitely see that they were fighting, but it is somewhat unclear, I'll say, given Jeffrey's attacking right now. Given how everybody else seems to be approaching, it seems that Judas is the one, the attacker, the hostile one.
All right, I'm going to run and action dash. I still have 5 feet left. I'm going to charger Judas and push him 10 feet away.
Go for it, make me the attack.
as a bonus action. All right, what do I roll? What is it? Athletics?
You make 1 melee weapon attack.
Oh, okay. But it's like it says it's either a melee attack or a shot.
Oh, 1 to 12, yeah. So it's an athletics check versus Judas' athletics check.
I'm not raging, so. How did my rage fall, by the way? Or was there like a long time between the two?
It was a long time, and you spent a couple of turns over there investigating up above, so rage will drop.
Oh my god.
This definitely will hit Judas and, well, not hit, but overpower Judas and hurl him to the side. As anything else, Goel?
Goel will say, "What is this madness? Cease this fighting."
And
Vala.
and Judas, you are up next. Assume that you're 10, Goel, right?
Yes, yes.
Judas.
Not what I want. Lady of Pain. Please. Help. And he will move forward. 1. And cast Cure Wounds on Gal. Ten hit points, Gal.
Judas moves closer towards you, seemingly struggling, puts his hand towards you, and cures your wounds, mends them, as Val had been holding a calm emotion spells, but seeing Judas helping Goel, probably drops the held action. As anything else, Judas?
Let me see. Nothing really you can do otherwise. Yeah, no. That's the only thing you could see him is he is now crying blood.
Vala turns and looks confused and conflicted as well in regards to what the hell is Judas doing. He just attacked them, horrifyingly so, then helped them, then attacked them again, and now he's helping them anew in hopes that he is well better. She will stay her ground and only use a sanctuary spell to protect Jeffers, given that he went up close towards there.
Oh, she already did that. Shatrix already did that.
But
Yes,
he
but,
attacked, so
Jeffers
it
attacked.
went away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no worries. I kept track of that. As Vala will speak a few words of power towards Jeffers, take a dodge action, and have herself wonder as well what is happening. As Nathaniel, you are up next. Lily, you are up pretty much at the entrance right now over here, so you're prepared to rush in. But Nathaniel, you go first.
I think Nathaniel would call to Vala, or I guess Vala would be the one to ask Vala. Vala, can you dispel or suppress this charm? I think he might be enchanted. But gosh, I'm not particularly good at grappling people. Boy, if I was only playing my other character.
Is he a grappler by chance?
He is, yeah. Yeah, I will hold a attack just in case Judas goes nuts, and it will be a non-lethal attack, but I will hold an attack.
Moving closer or just to keep an eye to?
Staying between Judas and Vala, kind of blocking the hallway.
As Nathaniel grabs his blade and takes a defensive stance, preparing to strike Judas if there is a need for that, as Satrix. You are up next.
All right, she's going to go. Yeah, I can get there. She's going to go around to stand in front of Jethris this time. Oh, there's a spot there. Just kind of get in here. And she's just going to take the dodge action. But she doesn't look like she's going to attack Judas. She's just trying to be like a wall in the way. And she's going to say to Judas, find that strength inside you. You can stop this. And she's just going to try to be a wall kind of in between them. And that'll be her turn.
I'll assume, given that this is the square that Judas is in, I'll put you here, Cedric, and more so try to use your reaction or something like that to throw yourself in middle if that happens. I am okay with that. It's more for the role-playing element of it, because Judas is standing there. I don't know if you can see it on the screen as well.
Oh, I thought he was down by the wall. Then, yeah, she's just trying to get in the way.
More than fine as Lily. You enter in here, what do you do?
Lily is gonna he's heard this happening for a minute and saw everyone moving down. Would his passive perception have found out of heard what was going on, or no?
Probably not the sounds, because there's a lot of shouting from all parties involved. There's definitely a brawl in there, and there seems to be two sides, group side and Judas side. I can give you that at the very least, but not entirely certain as to who is doing what. You might hear words from Satrix that she just described, so I'll give it entirely up to you how you want to portray that.
Lily is going to move. He's going to run 30, 50 here. And on his way, he's gonna see what's going on and assume that either A, Judas got infected by something around here, it has gone ape shit, or B, they have a good reason for attacking Judas or defending against him. And Lily, on his way, is going to use his lupine mouth to just bite onto his wrist, tear off some of his skin, and he will conjure the blood that will swirl around his hand, and he will lash out with it, and he will cast Thorn Whip towards Judas. I assume he has cover.
He does, but you also, I think, you also have disadvantage because Judas has the cloak of displacement.
Does he? Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't been hit, has he?
Not on that turn. Since last time he killed
No, not since my last term, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, disadvantage.
Shielding a whip made of sanguine essence, Lily tries to strike and hit Judas, though he's displacing a cloak does protect him from that.
It's disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah.
Did that miss?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did miss.
Okay, cool.
And anything else, Lily?
I don't think I have any bonus actions. I guess on the way I would have kicked up and grabbed my spear.
Sure.
But that's about it.
Jethris, you are up next.
Okay, well, Jethris is still extremely infuriated, but he is also very aware that he is exhausted, and he will walk away from Judas, incurring attack of opportunity if he wishes. So,
You just see him crying tears of blood, mouthing sorry.
Jethers isn't having any of it. He's just shaking his head and will walk over and make sure Vala's all right, casting a Cure Wounds. So that's my turn. I'll just roll that after. Go ahead.
As Jethers moves towards Vala, distrusting the man who is bleeding out of his eyes, but more so crying out of his eyes, as Goel, you are up next.
Alright, Goel is going to try and hold Judas and shove him this way, or move him this way towards the wall.
Make me an athletics check.
Is he not willing?
Let Judas decide.
Yeah, for now. He's just crying. Sorry.
Just gonna try and hold him still and hold him steady.
Goel gets a grip of Judas and keeps him at place as Judas, you are up next.
As he's crying, his face twitches as he says, I don't want to. As he moves, he kind of as
You are grappled with Judas, just to keep it in mind.
grappled. He tries to get out of the grapple. Oh wait, grapple just causes a disadvantage, right?
No, it doesn't cause anything of that. You just have 0 feet of movement.
0 feet of movement, right?
Yes.
He says, as Goal holds him, he says, I don't want to. I really don't want to. And he bites right into Goal.
Go for it.
I think 11 hits.
No.
11 does not.
He'll try again. 18?
Yep.
For 8 points of piercing damage and 2 points of radiant as he just plunges his teeth onto your hands and arms, Goel. Anything else, Judas?
He snarls and says, he snarls as he does that. He says, he's coming. That's me.
Vala will hear what Nathaniel told her and will cast this time, will unleash the Calm Motion spell, as this is where we laugh, because this is a charisma saving throw on a paladin, but you gotta try. So make my charisma save, Judas.
Oh my god.
So close.
Close, but no banana.
As Vala uses a little bit of her magic, or a lot of her magic actually, she doesn't have that many spell slots left, as she tries to pacify Judas over there, using her magic towards him. She will tell Nathaniel, he's too strong in regard to that spell to be contained, as Nathaniel, you are next.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, and he did damage to Goel. So non-lethal damage, Kizan. Hit him
Go for
with
it.
like the flat of my blade.
You do have blind sight, so you are not affected by the disadvantage of the cloak of displacement.
Oh,
It
that's
doesn't
true,
have
isn't it?
advantage from grapple?
No, grappling does not give advantage to others. Strain does. So it's a normal attack. Go, Nathan.
All right. 1, 2. Looks like one misses.
You can use my inspiration if you want.
Sure. Okay, there we go. 3 psychic and 25 non-magical. Yeah.
As Nathaniel turns once, twice to try and wound Judas, Judas barely is able to absorb those blows as he's slowly losing consciousness. Anything else, Nathaniel?
No, I don't believe so.
Shatrix, you are up next. As you see Nathaniel trying to knock Judas unconscious, what do you do?
Is he still conscious?
Barely.
Yeah.
She's
crying
going to
blood.
kind of.
Still crying blood, looking at Nathaniel, saying why.
She's going to kind of look down at you and says, if you can't find that way inside yourself, then we're going to have to stop this for now. I'm sorry. And she's just going to also try to like strike you with like the flat of her blade or like the pommel or something and just stop this.
Given that he just took damage, you attack at normal as well, so displacement does not work.
Okay.
And that's
Remember that. First one hits. So second one doesn't.
I'm pretty sure it knocks you down, Judas, with 4 hit points that you have.
No. He's down. He's down like a dog. Yeah. And as he hits it, he says, "Thank you," and he passes out.
And unconscious as he drops, I'll assume people don't want really to attack right now. I will drop the initiatives, though Lily, you are rushing towards there if you wanted to do something within all this. As Shatrix knocks Judas to the ground in combination with Nathaniel.
Goel is gonna carry him fireman style and give him, I think I have a med kit or something to stabilize him with.
He's stabilized, Goel, if that's what you want, but for RP purposes, you are able to definitely do so, because this was non-lethal damage, so he's unconscious but stabilized.
Alright, yeah, I do have a healer's kit. Yeah, I'll carry him fireman style, and Goel's gonna say, we can save him later. Oh, we can now. But we are on a mission. What shall we do?
Put him in one of the cages.
That is a possibility. We do need to search this place. It probably will take at least an hour to search this place.
I'm not particularly great at sifting through things and finding hidden compartments. I can keep watch and make sure nothing happens if you guys want to go search.
I can look around. Jethro will look to Vala, even though she's not here. Vala, you alright?
She seems terrified and speechless, more so puzzled. This horde of the earth can't offer a truthful reply. As of right now, more so just nodding accordingly towards Jethro's acknowledging the words of comfort.
I can look around, but someone needs to... Vala's hurt. Someone needs to look after her.
I can help with that too. She'll walk over to Vala and say, can I have your hand?
Once again, Vala will respond in agreement and knowledge, but not offer much of a word. Still somewhat scarred by the pain and the excruciating pain she felt a moment ago, and trying to catch her breath.
All right. When she takes my hand, I'll go ahead and just kind of try to pass some of that soothing light from myself to her and use my healing hands.
As the blow that Judas struck Vala and the wound slowly mends, with Cedric just channeling her inner light towards her.
Nate, you wanna look around with me?
Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
All right, thank you. And as they get a bit farther from the group, Jethro's gonna turn to Nate. Has he done that before?
It's possible he has, but not while he was with us.
But he hasn't mentioned it.
No. We met at Carney back in the festival. What was it? The Festival of Dreams, I think it was. Who mentioned something about his past, but we didn't bring it up. We decided to respect his privacy. But I think now it may be pertinent to ask him about it once he's awake.
Better not happen again. All right, where should I look? Nate, I don't. That was a lot.
Why don't I look around and see if there's any particular areas that you should investigate? Kazan, can I use perception to find areas that Jethro should investigate?
Technically, giving Jethro's the aid action, I'm okay with that in a way, because there isn't much that you have not seen from this place, and you'll have to move around a little bit and maneuver, probably assisting in regards to that. So, Jethro's roll an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
I'll assume in between the rat abomination kind of just lurks onto the other corner after the symbol of pain was done. Somebody probably just closed the cage door on it, so it remains caged. This is a multi-minute process, Jethros, that you'll take in order to look around this place. There is this vile goo everywhere around. However,
yeah, whenever Jethros comes across that, he's gonna bit by bit use prestidigitation to clear it away, or throw dust on top of it with mold earth, so they don't get hurt by it. I don't know if that's a thing.
More than fine, as Jethros uses a little bit of magic to start slowly mending the area from all of this vile, oppressive goo. As you are all spending a little bit of time looking around and trying to see if there is something to glean from this place, Cedric and Goel keep an eye towards Judas, Nathaniel, and Jethros are doing a quick search around. Lily, anything that you would like to be doing in between?
Lily is gonna. Well, first of all, he probably turns back by this point. It's been a hell of a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he isn't done, he'll just turn back by choice. And some of the wounds will be. I don't know. My hit points reset probably at the last time I like changed the max. So hopefully we don't have any more combat. I have no idea how much they were before.
74.
74. Okay, yeah. I'll change that. Lily will move over towards where Shatrix and Goel have Judas. And he'll say, what was said earlier. I don't suppose you two are going to let me search him for anything, are you?
Search him for what exactly?
Well, you don't generally just go on a psychotic rampage out of the blue. by the sounds of it, this was an entire surprise. He was very conflicted.
He's never done this before. I mean, if you want to inspect him like maybe a medical examiner would, I'm okay with that, but until we get to the bottom of this, just can't let you do anything else.
I'd just be looking for papers, legal documents, anything that he carries. I doubt he does, but something to identify him.
We know he belongs to a noble family of maybe somewhat shady origins, but I mean, I suppose as long as you don't take anything. I don't know, Goel, what do you think?
His mind was not his own. And I do not care about his past.
Well, unfortunately,
when he was with us, he fought well, protected us, and healed. We can stand by his side when he is acting unnatural. And any of us would lose our mind. We would be acting the same. If we do not stand with him now, where he most needs us, we have truly failed him.
well, fortunately for him, you all seem like nice people. I'm just trying to make sure that his past, as dark as it is, doesn't bite you all in the ass.
Well, I imagine when he wakes up, we'll have a conversation, but for now, everything's settled. If you want to, medically try to inspect him, you could do that, but I think we'll leave his possessions to himself and see what he is willing to share when he wakes up.
Lily will make like an indistinct noise, somewhere between a grunt and a, I don't know, grunt and a growl, and he'll just go, fine. Either way. Everyone who was here is dead other than those folks over there. Which, mind you, I think I'm going to have a talk with them.
I think we all want to have a talk with him.
If I'm right in recalling, you have some magic that could allow one to speak to the dead.
That I do, yes.
I might want to have a chat with that one who died up there. Well, the one that we talked to earlier.
Giving a look at Judas, seeing that he seems stable, right? He's not like in the danger zone, as in rolling death saves or something.
Yeah, he's stable.
All right. Seeing that he's an eye is on him, or rather several eyes, Vala will nod in agreement. Just keep in mind, I can only provide the body with an ability to speak. The person will be under no obligation to speak the truth. So you will still have to use any truth-seeking methods you might wish to employ.
Unfortunately, I'm not very persuasive. Especially when they're dead. And I'm pretty sure the only other person in here that can pull the truth out of something with magic might be you, or... And he looks over to Judas. That one.
Well,
Maybe we should save the questions for when we have suitable time.
I agree with that. In the meantime, I can ensure the body is not an inconvenience.
So can I. And he just gestures to the bag that has the Medusa head in it.
Oh, what sort? As in, what sort of bag is it? Does it look like some magical?
It's just a satchel. It's just he's referring to just chopping the guy's head off and storing it and like that.
Well, he still is a dead person, so if we are to use any part of them, I would prefer it if at least the rest of him got some semblance of a burial.
You can bury him from the neck down. We just need the head to talk, isn't that right?
It won't be the most comfortable chat for everyone, but yes. Technically, as long as the mouth is intact, the spell should work.
Kazan, what about the other prisoner? Did he also have a ring?
Which prisoner? Just make certain.
I knocked one of the
Oh, behind, over there.
the one that I charmed. I think I knocked him unconscious.
He was knocked unconscious by the rocks. I believe the rocks attacked him, or you knocked him unconscious. Somebody did, but yeah, they're there. And no, if you go around with Jethros, you will find at the very least that there are 2 unconscious and one more over here that seems to have been poisoned.
Can we also bind them up and strip them of any weapons or intelligence?
Quickly, just turn to 2 different things, given that this one, I'm not sure if he actually survived. Give me just a second on the one that over here, because he wasn't knocked unconscious. So far, so good. He is actually stable. As Nathaniel, you would check this person first, and you will tell that though deceased and probably plagued by something, this one doesn't carry any weapons or anything. You do remember, however, he was the one in charge of the gold counting and whatnot in this place. He's unarmed, however. He doesn't contain any weapon. He's just hiding next to the barrels from the whole onslaught. And before he just got downed by the crossfire in this room. The other 2, however, I'll pull them over to here as you take away their weapons and their items that could be deemed as dangerous to the group, so they don't try something out there. As you are doing so, I'll assume Nathaniel is doing that. Jethros, as you are investigating the place, a few findings. First things first, from moving around and helping Nathaniel with those 2 people, indicating that they are alive and sentient, able to understand a few things, and they did not die or perish from all that fight. Onto this muscular man up above, you do notice something that, though there are no wounds into his torso, there is quite a lot of blood secreting from those wounds over there. On a second examination, or at the very least on a closer one, you will notice that he adorns a rather black leather bib. You wonder for a moment, up until you notice that there are some primal runes onto it, tied with savagery themselves. A magical item that you store for the time being and keep for later, as you continue looking around this place. With an investigation of 22, you will also find a few things around this place, not of importance, but at the very least helping with the research. Into the rooms that people were chained up, it seems that their whole bodies have just mushed and burned flesh has been adhered and merged with the bindings where the people were holded. However, there are no signs of locked doors or any sort of captivity seeming somewhat distressed. There are no signs on the wall, nothing of that sort and there. The only worrisome thing that you might find as the whole other area is empty is onto the top left room. I can move you over there just to so you are aware of what I explain. There is a temple, and not a temple, a table over there that had seemingly some alchemical components. However, in a burst of fire, they are all ruined. Nothing from notes or from the alchemical conjunction over there has remained. You do notice something. There is somewhat of a holder for a rather big vase or a containment vial or something of those, a jar probably, labeled in burned scorch marks as you see right now as a prototype 16. There, however, in that area, there doesn't seem that something got broken in between, indicating that something was taken from this place, some sort of vial or something like that. There are some notes that you are able to scribble together, but they are burned and wilted all together. It seems that from the only mention that you will probably able to read over there, that prototype 20 seemed the most stable.
Okay. Okay, all right.
But that is all that you will find in this place, Jeff.
Okay. Did you check the bodies?
Checking them now. Did they get all that gold out of here, Kazan?
Onto the tables, not the tables, sorry, onto the wealth over here, onto the barrels that there are, you will notice that there is quite the number of coin. More importantly, Nathaniel, roll me 4d6 and then 5d6.
Alrighty.
So 900 gold coins and 15,000 silver coins.
Oof.
It is spread amongst the different barrels in here. All of those barrels seem to contain different amounts of gold coin. But this is the whole number that you can find.
They have an alchemical setup. But they took something. It might be on one of their bodies.
When you say took, does that mean some of them escaped?
I don't fucking know. It just looks like they removed something hastily before they fucking blew the shit out of it.
Guys, did I pick up anything from the mage's body? I probably would have searched him.
A couple of gold coins, probably. Maybe the spellbook, but nothing other than that. You did a quick search to see if they have something, but no messages, no letters, no scrolls, no paper parchments, anything of that.
Mage didn't have anything. Did that scar-faced man have one? Anything? Other than that ring?
Did we find anything on his body, Kazan?
Nothing as well. I think I wrote down earlier when I said just that he has a few gold coins, but no more than.
No, nothing. I don't know. I don't understand. These, I suppose these rogues were under-equipped, I suppose. We do have some prisoners over here that survived the battle that we can interrogate.
Well, whatever it is, it has something to fucking do with rats, I'm gonna guess. The notes that were left said it was the most stable version. I'm guessing these are all the trial runs.
There's also a possibility that whatever they're referring to could have been the ones that we already dispatched. Like the rat. And then the one that was roaming around.
There was only
The one that
vial,
we met.
at least to my knowledge.
Which means either they were destroying evidence or taking it off somewhere.
Shatrix, don't you have an appointment that you need to get to soon?
I do, but I suppose we'll have to wrap up here first.
Maybe we can, I don't know, do we want to alert the city guard? We can take these prisoners.
Think the city guard will do anything? This place will be filled with squatters within the hour.
Probably.
Well, we can at least inform them. I mean, I don't think they would take too kindly to, like, us just kind of coming in and carrying out all these missions without at least letting them know. I mean, also with these prisoners, I mean, we don't really have that much authority to detain them. It would be better, to turn them over into the hands of the watch or the city. I mean, as soon as they find out they were experimenting on people down here, I can't imagine that they're not going to be interested. This is pretty heinous stuff.
Yeah, well, their methods might not be as thorough. City Watch might be a bit too green. What these ones are needed.
Well, I'm definitely not saying don't investigate. I mean, hopefully that's what you guys have been looking at while I've been watching over Judas, but I mean, we can't just keep those prisoners with us indefinitely forever. We'll have to turn them over to someone.
Yeah, why don't we have a chat with one of these poison guys?
Sure.
Alright.
Can do that. Do you guys want to take our 10-minute break first? It's been about an hour and 20 minutes.
No.
If people prefer to do that right now or in 20 minutes, I assume you have something that you wish to do, Nathaniel.
No, I'm good. I'm just offering.
We'll have it in midst of the session as let's do a little bit more before we take a break.
Right.
But yeah.
Right.
So
A number of people seem to be currently able to be questioned unconscious right now and able to resuscitate them at your whim whenever you wish to do so. Last thing that is probably in need of is also, as player said earlier on, Shatrix has a meeting with Melanie, but this can take place right after the investigation proceeds over here. Judas will surely also be waking up in the next hour span or so.
Well, what I do suggest is let's snap the two small fry into their senses, see what they know, since they will probably have the least to tell us, and they will probably cooperate, seeing that the whole place has been pretty much ruined. Then perhaps we wait for Judas to come to, ask him what he saw before we arrived here. Well, after he explains the whole rampage thing, and I think we can leave the interrogation of the wizard's head for last, since it can wait for up to 10 days. So, what do you people say?
Sounds good.
we'll start with the footpad then, Kazan.
You turn towards them and you use a little bit of your medicinal skills in order to get them up once again as they slowly, but exhausted, regain their consciousness, strapped. They take a moment to adjust their eyesight and look around as they are trying to make sense of all of what just happened. The more nimble person of the two, the one on the top, tries to see if he can escape those restraints, but fails to do so. Grunts in the midst of that, as the veteran, with carrying a few scars onto his body, surely has seen some fight, looks right next towards him, sees the other criminal trying to escape, and sneers at him as his eyes turn back towards the group.
Morning.
Good morning, guy. A grunt is all you get, though he doesn't seem to be as talkative.
What'd you do here?
They say research. I was playing guard duty.
Really? And you didn't know anything else? Like about these creatures that were just... He points to the eldritch beings.
The criminal one, the more obvious type, turns towards. I can tell you. I can tell you. I know what they were doing. I can tell you what they were doing. The other one turns and says, and I wouldn't believe a word that he said. I don't know anything. There's people that run this place, run the quite tight ship. Only said things with a few. He knows nothing. Surely I know a lot of things. I can help you. Just get me out of this restraint. The veteran just shrugs.
Nate, you said you found a ring?
A ring that the pit boss used to kill himself when he was captured.
Big guy's probably telling the truth then. Keep the information inside the ring. Or not. What I mean is, all the people who probably know shit are dead. And they probably wanted it that way. From the looks of the ring.
They were running experiments. The one on the top was here. They were experimenting on us. They wanted us. We were unique. Some of us, that is.
Tell us more, maybe we'll consider letting you go.
I can show you. And as he says that, he starts turning in a small rat to the size of a dog, technically a giant rat. That is. As the restraints on its body tighten first, but then become skew as they are of different size. Makes a few steps to try and move away, but obviously he cannot outrun you and stops right there as he slowly shifts again and takes his humane form. Just don't kill me. I'll tell you all you need, all you want. The tough guy still looks towards you, Nathaniel. I can tell you, you're wasting your time with this one. But have it your way.
Well, if you're so special, why the hell did you not turn into one of those things? Not the veteran. If Jethers had his choice, and he would have told the veteran to shut up. But,
okay.
asking this guy who turned into a rat.
They weren't made the same way we were. They not. We were only a few people here. These people wanted our powers in our blood. They were experimenting using our unique properties.
Well, how are those things different? What did they change to make them different? They use any vials?
You were giving them something, I know that. They did ask us to bite them. See, I'm telling you stuff.
Yes, very good. You are indeed.
I don't know what they were administering, but they wanted us to bite some of those people. They wouldn't resist, the ones in captivity. I don't know why, though. Some sort of experiment, just for the fun of it.
Who knows?
Can I go now?
I mean, shit, Nate, you got any more questions?
Were any names ever mentioned, or the names of any organizations?
This guy, the one that was here, his name is Ott. Wounded, his face scarred. He proceeds to give a better description of the man that died in front of you, Nathaniel. There was another one. Sathan, something like that. I barely heard it once. They were pretty secretive about their things and their doing.
If we let you go, what will you do?
If I get away from here, just trying to survive, make some coin on the side. Priority, though, on the first one trumps the other. You won't see me again.
Kind of turn to everyone else.
Lily's gonna move over and just walk right up to him. And stare him down. I want you to answer a question. And I have a very good eye for this thing. Do you know anything of the Black Cloaks involved here?
Yes. Yes. I've heard the rumors. Yes. You see that he's struggling with it.
I'll insight either way, just to sort of get a read on him. If he's just feeding us shit that he thinks will get him out.
You can tell that even he's not certain of that. There is a basis of suspicion, but more than that, there's nothing concrete. More so a suspicion that he innately.
Sorry.
It's more of an innate suspicion rather than a guarantee or a concrete thing. He doesn't actually know, but he suspects as much. I'll give you that with your insight.
Listen, my friend. Or, I guess not really. I'm not gonna try and scare you. I'm not a scary person. What I am gonna tell you is the truth. These folks are gonna let you go. And by proxy, I suppose I am too. But just so you know, the fact that you can turn back into that monster or that rat, if you ever get on the radar of me or my people, nowhere in this fucking world you're gonna hide from us. And we won't be as nice the second time. So get the fuck out of here.
Right. The word starts moving away and shifts back to his giant form. Oh, go ahead, Nathaniel.
While that was happening, I would like to quickly get a feel with my hunter's mark and see if the fellow that I marked is still alive.
The fellow that you marked before you entered in here, right?
Yep.
Didn't you use concentration or something, Nathaniel?
I've been concentrating on an 8-hour hunter's mark because I marked the healer or the fellow.
More than fine. Just double checking. So I'm more than fine. You have a lot of hit points as well, so probably you didn't make that many con saves, which is more than fine. You can tell that it ended abruptly.
All right, then
At some
I'm
point,
gonna hunter's mark this guy on his way out.
Probably
Dispelled.
Yes, ended before it should have.
Okay, I will hunter's mark this guy as he leaves.
And he will definitely get the hell out of here. Marked, however.
And I'll whisper to Lily, I marked him so we can follow him.
I don't think that rat's gonna go anywhere we want, but not a bad idea. And how about you, tough guy? And he looks down towards this guy.
I'd rather say nothing than lie.
Where are you headed after this? More work with unscrupulous people?
Surely there's a buyer. Doesn't have to be a bad thing.
Well, don't try and make it a bad thing. Like I said to the other guy, I do bounty hunting on the side.
He slowly starts standing up, indicating that he's going to move away. You untie this, he turns and points out the ropes that you've put on him. I doubt that we'll cross paths again.
Hmm.
Lily looks to Nathaniel. It's your call.
I think I'd let everyone decide as a group. And of course, your vote counts too, Louis. I kind of nod at you.
Honestly, for the rat, I probably would have just killed him. This guy would probably just go to jail. But he was just trying to get paid. As shitty as the job he was doing. At the very least, he doesn't seem like he was exactly condoning what was down here.
Yeah, not a lot of job opportunities around here, especially for someone of his skill set. Besides, what the hell are we gonna do with more dead weight? I say let him go.
Lily's gonna lean towards Nathaniel and say, if we let him go, he's probably gonna get tracked by these fuckers. They're kinda not the greatest of people. They might not enjoy the thought of loose ends.
I turn to the guy. I say, we're willing to let you go. We have a feeling that whoever it is that hired you probably is going to put you to the sword. But we'll let you go on one condition. You have to give us a lock of your hair. I know that's a weird ask, but it's required.
Turns out he's bald. We just kill him anyway.
Because it just grabs a few of his facial hair,
There's other times.
drugs them.
Finger
do
it is.
whatever, Snap them.
Yeah, I'll cut a lock of his hair and hand it over to Vala.
Give him half a mustache.
Yeah, we shave half his beard. So he just leaves with half a
Grooming
beard.
service. Grooming service is in here. Half face clean, half face shaved.
That's what you get for all this mess.
He looks in front of. He looks towards the rest of the people as he puts his hand into his cheek and notices that half of his beard is gone. I guess this is not the weirdest thing that people around here will see. You're surprised how easily you fit in with the people. Anyway, hope it works for you.
All right, get the fuck out of
I
here.
assume this is to track me, and Jeff is gonna just excuse him away. All right, and keep
God damn.
start moving away. You can tell that he's pausing in between, and you can hear a few Manches of shit. Yeah, nothing. As he's probably attempting to loot the other ones in an attempt to get some coin before he gets out, but fails to get some.
Okay. Remind me, this guy dead?
Unconscious, poisoned, but stable.
I say we just leave him in the barrel, so let him wake up in a house full of corpses.
Put him on the jail. Let him
This is the guy who took my money, right? For the bet?
For the bet, yes. Not
He dies.
The money are over there into the barrels. He himself doesn't carry anything.
How much did I bet? Did I bet like 50 gold? I can't even remember. Whatever.
I don't remember.
Whatever. I don't really care that much. So now we're just gonna do. We're just gonna leave this guy.
Nope, he's next.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I try a medicine check to try and resuscitate him. Kazan.
You are. You can make a medicine check, Nathaniel.
Alrighty.
You can tell that though unconscious and stabilized as he is, he currently is under quite a lot of pain due to the poison that has entered his system. Unless the poison is neutralized, he will be probably go into a shock and go down again. You can probably tell that this poison will run out of his system, but it will take hours. Unless somebody uses magic, obviously, to skew that.
If anyone has the ability to neutralize poison, I can give him an antitoxin, I suppose. It might help his body resist the poison, but it won't neutralize it.
Well, I do. Kind of hoped I would have kept some in case we need to cure Judas, but I could heal the poison, as long as we're certain it's poison, of course.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Well, if nothing similar is affecting Judas, then might as well use it on this person. So Vala will be using her last third level slot to cast Lesser Restoration on the unconscious person. She'll. Does he have an open wound somewhere? Maybe a bite or something?
Not really, but he seems rather lean and slim. You don't see an open wound, or at the very least, a recent wound. You probably see some wounds on him and some scars, but not recent.
Okay, then perhaps she might make a very small, a minute cut somewhere on him, so that it barely bleeds. She will place her hand on it, so that her magic will start purifying his blood from any toxic substances.
Coughing out as you resuscitate him and wake him up. Once again, the man looks around, his eyes shift in turn, trying to see what's going on and where is everyone. He sees those creatures onto the ground, down as they are, and kind of just tries instinctively, even if they're corpses, to run away from them and protect himself, closes his eyes and puts his hand as a shield in front of him. But he seems rather harmless, albeit troubled.
You what do you know about rats?
This rat, he points towards those creatures without even looking at them, kind of just with his slim, lean finger.
Nods.
They are made of they use some from the arena. I don't take part of them, I just count the money.
Hmm. Okay. I guess I'll make an insight check, but I totally believe him. No, I won't make an insight check. I totally believe this guy. Like, he doesn't know fucking shit. He's probably literally just like the front of the house. This is like money laundering, basically.
Tell us everything you know. What's been happening here?
I don't know much, he'll say. I know the dead rats are involved. It is pretty clear. I don't belong here. I'm a scholar. I was.
Who's your employer?
I worked at the academy. Nadan Dimid. That's my name. My name. Right? He second guesses himself as he is saying.
Hey man, I don't see any like pricks on you or anything. What? How the fuck did you get poisoned?
Gosh. The fumes and those creatures. I am afraid. My bad. Get a love for the truth shouts.
Alright. Well, you worked here. Do you know the name of your employer at all? Or at least the name they gave you. Probably didn't give you a real name. I mean, come on, around here.
They didn't say them out loud. Ott, yes. I've heard him being called Ott. That was one of them.
Alright. Were there any others?
Never had names, but I've seen them. Think of have scarred faces. Just like him points towards Judas.
Like pale?
More rounded. Well, the scars. Not the ears, and certainly older. Way older.
Looks at Nathaniel.
Can I feel what that the marked rat is doing, Kazan?
Moving away from here, but he seems to be pausing in between. He's not running, he's not fleeing. You can probably tell that he's just moving around the town, probably spying or scouting the area.
Okay. Can I examine Nerdin Dimiad and see if he is somehow been enchanted or something like
You
that?
did your medicine check earlier on. I'll take that for the same stuff. You could have just checked his eyes and looked a little bit on him. And surely he is under the effects of the sooth salts, or at least he has been for quite some time. But right now, he's just in withdrawal symptoms and no more than that. He isn't charmed or anything. Just a scholar that found himself in the bottom of this.
You got any on you?
We should turn this guy over to the guard, I think.
I agree.
Will you take me to the upper city? Take me to the day city? How kind of you. Do you have a home there? Maybe I can stay.
No. Do you have any of
Yeah.
the suit salts on you?
He looks down from. I may have some. Have a hidden stash upstairs. I can show you.
No, I think I'm good. But I mean, hey, you just want to like send him away up to the guards, like? Should we?
Yeah. I mean, we can let him go. Someone can follow him. I kind of whisper or something like that.
I don't think this guy wants anything to do with these guys anymore. After all this, I don't know. Hey man, you still want to get employed after all this shit? Like by the same employer?
He looks around. I think they are around any longer. As he sees this whole place raided and destroyed.
Yeah, but if they were to offer you a job that was similar to this one, after this experience, how likely would you say it is that you would be acquiescing to that?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. He seems to be grunting through pain, not because of any charm condition or anything, more so. His current state.
Right. Okay.
As much as you can trust this world of this troubled man.
Nate, this guy's a fucking druggie. I think he needs help. Maybe we should, instead of the guards, take him to that healer.
Sure. Yeah, if that's what you'd like to do.
I just don't.
Maybe
guards after, but I don't think he needs to be locked up right now. I think he needs treatment.
Yeah. Sounds good. We can take him back there.
All right, asshole. Not going to the guards. Good news for you.
He smiles, though his teeth seem rotten.
Just close your mouth, please. All right, so is that everything in order? Do we have more questions for this guy? I mean, it doesn't seem like he knows a lot.
As you gotta just gesture him to follow you, as I assume you're getting out of this place, taking Judas with you, and turning to your business, allowing Judas to get some rest before he's up once anew.
Probably slapped around a bit.
Kick him a little bit.
Anyone wants to do something before you leave this place?
Should I jug it up and take the gold, guys?
Yeah, for sure. I thought you did that already.
Hey man, I haven't had the time. We've been talking, getting killed. I'll do that right now. Yeah. I'll catch up.
Jeffress almost sees Judas raise his arm and a thumbs up, although he knows it's not possible.
Zoof, zoof. And he comes back out after putting all of the stuff in there.
We'll take a quick 10-minute break, but before we do so, just to keep an eye on a certain thing. So somebody, I'll assume that is Jethros, takes Ned into the medic, whilst the rest of the group is taking Judas back to Melanie, so you can rest and also see what he has to offer. Is that the plan? Am I missing something? Some people also wanted to go to the guard. So
that's way better a plan. I like that. I was just gonna bring the whole group there, but that works way better.
Yep. But it should be said, even after we reach Melanie, Vala will stay with Judas just to keep an eye on him for the moment he wakes up.
I think they're taking Judas to Melanie, right? Or no?
I'll assume so. He's unconscious.
Well, yeah, we're taking two men, but I don't suppose we may have him in a separate room or something, unless we're okay with just having an unconscious guy.
I see what you mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta roll him up in the rug because he's all limp and looks like a dead body.
We can burn this. But yeah, take a quick 10-minute break and be back for the rest as we go towards Melanie.
Aye, aye.
Okay.
I'll be back soon. Gotta fix me some lunch.
I'm back.
I
I am present as well.
Hello.
Judas gets charmed, and the rest of the session's turned into a podcast. Unfortunate.
Well, sometimes it happens. What can you do?
Why aren't you the paladin that's immune to charm, idiot?
Mm.
I thought that was one of your auras. I thought that was one of the
word.
redemption aura was to avoid charm.
I mean, has he really been a redemption paladin for some
the
number
word
last
pain hasn't
level?
been said in the last hour and a half.
Besides, that is not their aura. Those are the devotion.
Secrets will come.
Yeah, those are the devotion paladins you're thinking of.
Oh. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yep.
Wiley and I are here.
As everyone is returning, hopefully Goel will be with here. Yep, here he is. So, without much further ado, Jethros, you take the man and take him to the medic and take your way back, the long way back, before you will once again reach the rest of the group. As you are all carrying Judas with you, Goel, you do notice that he is somewhat heavier than usual, one would say, or at the very least there's something that makes a metallic or a glass sound as you are moving him with you. Noticing what that is, you will find a jar that has the label as prototype 16. And as the group moves towards Melanie and hurls some sort of a small rock onto her window to open up, Melanie will, once again, open up and invite the group inside, even though this is not the best place to be. I made a small battle map for it, so why not? Just for the fun of it. See where Melanie is living.
Damn.
It certainly, lets the wind come and go.
As you climb onto the stair in order to get towards Melanie's house, you can see these dire conditions that exist in here. You do remember that all of those 3 doors lead to other apartments in airports, because they're definitely not enough size for them to be full-on rooms or apartments able to contain multiple people. The floor has quite the damage, but albeit at least Melanie seems to have gotten a bigger room for herself. As you put Judas onto the bed, given that he is currently unconscious, Melanie welcomes and asks what happened quickly as you bring the fighter inside, turning towards her, towards Cedric's, her relative. She will ask, what happened? Is he okay?
He's going to be okay. It's just a little odd, but he should be waking up here soon.
It's good to know. Here. You all look terrible. Assume you got into a fight.
Yeah, some type of underground experimentation ring. They're at least not offering out of that location anymore, but still a bit of a mystery.
Melanie nods as Goel moves to the side to find a full barrel of water and a small bucket that is slowly filling up with water leaking from a pipe that protrudes out of the wall structure. Surely this is not intended, but that is how the living conditions here are. A couple of dead plants onto the side of this building stand as a number of chairs next to a table that has a small brazier in it. Not a garbage bin of sorts, but of similar fashion. Lily, as you look towards there with your perceptive senses, you can probably tell that there might be ticks infested or hidden onto those chairs.
Ooh.
And Lily has decided not to be an old man in the chair and just be an old man on the ground. And we'll sit down and begin to meditate.
Hopefully you don't have to stay here that much longer. I mean, there are other towns that are much, much nicer than this.
Oh, I know, I have the coin, but it is important that I stay here. Easier to hide in this place than any other.
Well, just let us at least leave you some. I'll leave you some money at least so you can fix this place up a little bit. It's a health hazard.
It's only temporary. She whispers, "Have money." Do not say that the M word aloud in here.
She just kind of nods and is like, all right.
As she says that towards you, from down below you hear a voice. "What's that, Melanie? You got the money upstairs?" "No, Jen. No money. Something's off you with your hearing again." "All right. Keep me posted."
Well, at least you're making friends.
Actually, the neighbors and points towards the door over there are quite nice. Can't say the same for everybody else, though.
It's always a mixed bag.
I can
You see, as Melanie has already removed the door handles from all the doors, so people aren't able to barge in.
Smart. That's good. Well, do you
Seems like
mind
a
if
fire
we
hazard.
recuperate here for a bit?
Sure. Hope though that you'll be able to take the bed right after. I do remember explaining you that you're going to need to do some sleepiness for this.
He kind of nods and says, I remember. Just let me know what I have to do when you need me to do it.
She turns to the rest of the group. If you want something to eat or drink, there are a few things into the cabinet in jars to protect from pests and insects. But feel free to treat yourselves. And then she turns towards Satrix, saying, "Well, it is late. I suppose whenever you feel like resting, we can start with it. I'll explain a little bit more in between, but I have to be scarce with information. Hence the reason that I live in this place."
Sorry, would it be good if I remember you saying it might be a little difficult. Perhaps I should take a few minutes to collect myself and then I can meet you over where we'll do this?
Melanie, no, sure, certainly. You might probably be in your best shape for that. Not that I do not expect you to find something, or hope you won't find something in your sleep. It is a little bit of a mystery how those dreams work.
All right. I'll just go ahead and second wind before I do this, because you never know. And then once everyone's kind of gotten settled, I'll let her lead me over to the bed.
Seeing that still Judas is a little bit unconscious over there, and the group is preparing to slowly get him up to see how he is and whatnot, Melanie will turn and speak towards Cedric. Just Remember, I cannot answer questions in regards to all this. I'll explain to the best of my ability how I can. All that I am sharing with all of you right now, this information should not be shared. It will definitely affect and change things for this course. And that might induce the punishment from some people from my timeline. I'm certain that they are looking for me. I know for a fact that they are. That is the reason why I'm here. But there is nothing wrong with seeing things for yourself and hopefully make fair judgment of those.
It's fair enough. I definitely don't want to put you in any danger.
She nods to that. Frustrating having all of that knowledge and not being able to share it. That is the reason also why I might have sent Regulus away. If people come for me, I really don't want him to be caught in the crossfire.
Well, if people come for you, then you have to let me know. I mean, you are taking a risk and you're doing what you can, even if you can't share us like everything you know with us. You know, seeing these things, something is better than nothing.
I know in my time, the Time Lord is a person of quite the esteem, quite well known. In fact, I really don't want to get to their bad side, but I suppose in bringing myself here in this line and saving you, I have probably already started that chase. The less I share, the better. Ashikara just reaches her conclusion.
All right. Well, let's check on Judas then and see how he's doing.
I'll be right there. And moves a little bit to the side. Judas, slowly, I assume by now you are waking up as Jeffries is climbing the window in order to enter the building.
Well, who are you? Kind of looks at Vela.
I really hope this is a stupid joke, Judas.
Joke? You're very hazy. I know you, Cedric, Nathaniel. Oh, that white-haired guy doesn't know about him. And it seems we have some kind of lizard man as well here.
Okay.
What is the last thing you remember, Judas?
Pain, haziness, seeing you all, my brother, going to see my father. Then it's all just like a mist. Faces, words, fighting.
Do you remember fighting in Zooport? Or is this a fight from a long time ago?
Images, dragons, other things. Every now and then, when I would suddenly open my eyes and I would see things, and I would recognize people, and everything would be clear, and then everything would just go back. Yeah. There's only one answer for this.
You weren't quite acting yourself. Does this have something to do with your father?
Unfortunately, I think this is it. I think you guys were right when you said I shouldn't go with them. Unfortunately, I can see or hear his bloody voice, and Judas kind of pulls out a little rock, almost like a. How should I explain it? A little bit of a little stone with a face on top of it, almost. He looks at it, squinting. Fucking shut up.
Judas,
Hmm?
the last thing you remember, it's what? When we went into the Shadowfell? When we met your brothers?
When I left my brothers, but when I left, when my brother said he would kill you all, I went with him, didn't I?
You did.
Then I remembered darkness, my father. Why haven't you brought back the cloak? Pain, worn with crowns of thorns. And then it was as I was walking through mist.
What happened when you went back with your brother?
I just remember getting back to the castle and those eyes looking at me. I said, fucking shut up. And he takes this stone and he throws it across the room.
Where does he throw it?
Is it? But yeah, well, around here. Plus, he addresses the stone, not at the people. Just so that everybody's clear. He addresses the stone when he says, fucking shut up.
Is it talking to you?
Melanie moves to the side of it. That's a sending. I gave Regulus. I gave one to the group. I think Regulus had it. I don't remember if you have it right now, Satrix. But that is a sending.
I think I do have it right now, actually.
Seems that Julian has been carrying one as well.
Nathaniel will pick up the sending stone. Has it been used today?
Oh, yes.
What is it telling you to do?
Bring that one. And I'm here. Or somebody's here. My brothers are here. I just remember it saying to kill and bring this one. And he kind of points at Vala again.
Me?
He does not like you.
I can imagine why an undead would not like someone like me, but to send you to a frenzy like that over it?
He was getting impatient, I think. He has always been impatient.
Right, so that means as long as I stick around, there's a chance you'll turn on everyone again. Is that right?
Don't think it works like that. I can't be sure. To be honest, just I just remembered pain, crying, seeing face go, looking confused at me, that lizard person looking at me like I'm some kind of mad person or betrayed him in some personal way. I think it was under the. I believe he used his blood to twist my mind. But after a while, he got frustrated because she came back for me. I don't know why, but she did.
Right. So it's basically whenever he feels like it, he can affect you like that. He can take your reason away.
I was gone for a while, I believe. Do you understand the amount of torture, suffering he could inflict upon a person? Why do you think I went willingly? If you guys, he decided to inflict that upon you all, break your mind, turn you like he did her.
But that must have been. uh, Vala seems to be taking his words very seriously, betraying some more personal understanding of what he is describing. I see. And is there anything that, to your knowledge, could help against that? Or it's just that?
No, I believe she will protect me now. She couldn't do it before. I believe it was some kind of lesson.
Well,
What sweeter pain is there than a betrayal of a father to a son, or a friend to a friend?
well, in this case, I may have some good news for you, and well, some bad news at the same time. See, in case I'm not sure where you were at the time, but We were struck with a powerful glyph, a symbol spell, a very difficult incantation to plant, and even harder to avoid. I'm thinking that, considering your powers and your tendencies, that spell might have affected you in a different way than the rest of us. Or, well, at least me and Jethros. I can't recall what happened to us because it was pretty nasty. But for you, perhaps it did something completely different. It's a theory, of course, but all things considered, it might not be your father this time.
Yeah, I agree. Although it's very, convenient and, just great that when we cripple over in pain, you decide to cut up this lovely lady like a beefsteak. Yeah, somehow it made you lose control. That's really excellent.
Who are you again?
I'm just a fucking lizard, apparently.
That's very nice and a nice thing to say about yourself.
So this whole time since then, it hasn't been you that's actually been with us?
It has. The spell affected him and took whatever he was away. I don't know if that's going to change anytime soon.
The spell clear his mind. The symbol is symbol of his faith.
Yes.
Was put there to control you. The spell got rid of this control.
Last thing I remember was Bloody had Torn and Fawns coming down and putting her hand on my eyes and my head, telling me that it will be okay. It'll be okay. You're going to see a kind of like a fervent light go into his eyes. If anybody wants to make an insight check, they can do that. But just like he is being as honest as Nathaniel. Judas does not seem to know who the fuck Jeffress is. Or Valor.
But he does respond to his name. That I'm asking out of character. Just some certain.
What, to Judas?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just making sure. Okay.
Lily will look over towards this conversation going on. Do you remember me?
He squints. No. Should I?
Well, there goes my theory. I almost wondered if someone, in layman's terms, I suppose, cookie cuttered his memories out. Just seems like it's been a a certain point.
I think what Goel said makes sense. That somehow that pain lifted the spell, but that means that your father pretty much knows everything that we've been up to. Oh boy.
Yes, that is probably true, considering his attitude and how he is.
Well, we certainly are not going to take Vala to him.
He also wants the artifacts.
Well, no surprise there.
Mhm. I think he got impatient when I got the cloak and didn't react or didn't go back.
Wait, does that mean he's hunting Regulus down right now?
I don't know. I think I
Is it-
remember something like can I see Judas kind of like squinting as he's trying to remember the briefing he gave the old man when he returned. And he says, I think you mentioned something like no such thing as time traveler. Boy must be adult.
But doesn't Regulus have the cloak? Doesn't Regulus have one of the artifacts? Didn't he leave with one?
Jethris has it.
Oh, Jethris has it now? Okay.
Yes, another reason I think he probably wanted me to kill that one for the cloak.
Do you. Obviously, there's some animosity between you and your family, but I think we do have to know, Judas, where do you stand with them?
The Lady in Pain has said one thing, and he has something of mine, and I wish it back. So, if I find my brothers, or find my father again, I will introduce them to the pain of a son and a brother stabbing them through the head.
Well, I want to say that it sounds reassuring, but
Fucked up, you mean, probably.
yeah. However, supposing we do meet your brothers or your father, do we know that for sure that this time they won't be able to just turn you on us? I mean, I'm not afraid for myself that much as I am for, well, these people who have traveled for so long with you, having to hurt you.
Yeah, what you're saying. I think the biggest thing is you must understand is what he did to me is like, say, I've seen him done this to some some of my brothers. It is what you call, he uses the blood bond to torture you over days and weeks until your mind goes numb. And then he basically says things to it, tells you things, programs you almost like a creature, and then sends you out to do his bidding. It's not a thing like you can snap his fingers and it happens. It is torture. It is long and
Well,
painful.
the question is, if he comes back again. And he think he will, because he did it before, and he will do it again. Last time, we let you go with him. But do you want us to do the same thing again? Or fight him? He's your kin.
A father that turns on his son and leaves him for the wolves deserves not the title. I care not for him no more. Only the queen who saved me. So, if he comes again, even if you don't help me, I would rather fall on my sword and kill them, die fighting, than go with him again. First time was stupidity. Second time, I will not fall for it again.
We didn't want to let you go. And if he comes back, I'm not just going to let him try to take you.
I have to point out something. And Judas kind of like seems confused. Like, I went with my brothers, who you know are freaking vampire spawn, to an evil freaking father figure to be probably disciplined and tortured. And you guys didn't like blink an eyelash when I suddenly returned.
I mean,
Well,
they're your family. I mean, we had no idea. We didn't assume that your father meant you ill will. We let you leave under the understanding that they were your brothers and that he was your father. We had no idea that he was going to turn on you.
Vala will interject in this one, saying, well, being a father does not bind you to being a good person.
Yeah, thank you. Uh, Vala or Vala, is it?
Yeah, you may call me Vala.
Okay. It's nice hearing a different turn to the voice. The one I usually heard was, I think, in the mist, and it was usually like a little bit his voice, so to speak, and not in a good way. Saying your name. Why is that one very angrily looking at me? He points at Jeffress.
Well, I suppose it's because he does not fully trust someone changing like that in the snap of a finger. And I can understand why. Well, the rest of us are somewhat more trusting, but I suppose he wants to hold himself at a safe distance.
Okay. Apologies if I tried to hurt you, my good man.
Actions are required before any forgiveness can be given.
Such is the way. Guy looks around and says, and the one that asked me if I recognized him, what's that one's name? If I may ask, good sir, apologies. I did not wish to speak of you in the third person. Kind of waves at Lily.
The second time, you can call me Lily. Though, not quite sure if that introduction's worth much now.
Well, either way, you seem to have persisted, my friends, on those that still consider me friends at least. So thank you for your help in such a way. At least I see Snow Song. Why? Why is Gao? Why does Snow Song look different?
Why is what different?
He, he kind of points at Snow Song Girls. What should I say? Last time I saw it, it did not look like Snow Song did not look that sprightly.
Snowsong has died. His spirit lingers. He still have yet to serve his mission in this life. This is the manifestation of it.
His soul was strong, and your bond is deep. Such is the way of things. I have. It is not good parting in such sweet sorrow. It's good to see that he still protects you. You haven't been killing things, going crazy and killing things as often, hey? Not like me, hey? He kind of tries to make a little joke, but probably falls on deaf ears.
No, not anymore. But every once in a while, on a full moon, there is a chance.
Lily raises an eyebrow at that. You had the curse with lycanthropy?
Yes, unfortunately.
He almost took a bite out of Radiant, if I remember. Where's Radiant?
Who? He just said the cursed word. You say it one more time and he appears.
It was just very Regulus.
There you go.
It's just kind of his mouth kind of like spits out a bit. It's like for some reason when I said that name, it almost tasted like I was saying the words of the name. It just tastes strong. Where's Regulus? It's kind of. I don't see him here. He's fine, I hope.
He's tending to some business.
He could be dead. We do not know. He could
Is he
also
still
be
talking?
alive.
Is he still talking about like the time traveling thing?
Yes.
Well, there's one thing I do note is I do think either way, I have a bad feeling my father might want to leverage him. You know, since he probably knows that I am now not under his control.
We can try to find him. We'll probably have to wait till the morning. He shouldn't have gone too far. I mean, he should still be in the city.
Actually, Melanie, from the distance, seems somewhat guilty as say in the wind with that. I think I bought him tickets for a boat that has already sailed, and she seems to feel bad as she reveals that.
Where did she send him?
It's not that far from here, but it is in an island a day off from Zulport.
Okay, well, it might take a little bit longer to find him, but I guess he's on a tropical island somewhere.
Well, at least if there's enough sunshine, it should be okay, I'm guessing.
I don't really. I think when people talk about sort of whatever these subjects are. It's probably best if I leave my ear out of them. So, I don't know how long you all are going to stay in the city for. I'll probably hear about what you do, but I'm going to go see if I can pull any more chains on this Black Cloak situation in the higher districts.
Yes. I'm not sure, but I feel be wary. I have a feeling something. I don't know why, but something bigger is going on here regards to all of this. My father would not simply send agents or even myself down here for no reason.
Right. And your father's full name is?
Oh, sweet fuck. Hold on.
That's a weird name.
King Lundar of Falscliff. The first and only of his name.
Does that ring any bells, Kaz? No?
You can make me a history check, but you don't gain any benefit from the feature that you have.
I figured. I'm just not going to pull on that. History check, huh? Let's get it. Actually, pretty good for what.
Sure, for -1, definitely not bad.
As the name, you have heard it prior, a king in Falscliff. The title king suggests that given Falscliff is a part of Midland, he is king of Midland, that you are well aware that Midland has a queen. Falscliff on itself seems at the very least to have an appointed king amongst them. It's a very controversial subject from that side, but given the area that Falscliff resides, that is on the borders, there isn't much animosity in between that. Surely you have heard of rumors in regard to that they believe they have a king, the rightful heir, and whatnot. But no more than that. Just noble gossip, and that is.
Right. Don't know much about him. Not going to really help me. Either way, I hope you all have a good time with whatever this is that you all do. But I've got my own mission, and it seems like you've got yours.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be in Zolport for at least another 8 days or so. I
Yeah,
think.
Well,
I kind of turn around and look at everybody. How long does it take for the tablet to recharge? I asked Jethris.
There's access is limitless knowledge. Where the fuck is it?
Was it once a 10-day or
5 days.
once every 5 days? Okay.
I cannot find it. There it is.
Melanie will speak aloud. Well, I can. You can get tickets early or next morning to the docks if you think Regulus is in dire threat. Nathaniel, I remember you trade and know a few things around the alchemical kit, right? Maybe I could show you how this process is done, so you can tend to Shatrix. If I follow you, I just put more people on our Time Lord's radar.
Yes, absolutely. And I kind of step aside with Melanie so she can show me what to do.
Nathaniel is the travel pack plot alchemy thingy. And Melanie will move to the side and grab a few books over there and start going over some herbal, very much herbal notes that are important for the conjunction of this alchemical component.
Time Lord. Who is that? Doctor Who?
A title that is given with quite the esteem, carries quite the weight in our time. An elven champion of the Lord of the Continuum.
On him.
Gaz, any chance Vala might have heard the term yet? The term before?
You can make me a religion check.
A second. Legion? Nah, I don't think so.
Now that is a yikes. However, at the very least, given that you are a cleric of the Seldarin, it makes sense that you know, at the very least, the Lord of the Continuum. I guess the champion of the Lord of the Continuum of that deity would make sense. There is definitely an essence to time manipulation or magic when it comes to that deity.
Well, yeah, it's in the job description, so I imagine
Yeah.
that.
Melanie will say, Time Lord Runia became quite famous for his deeds in our
No ways. Did you just say Time Lord Runia?
That is what she said.
Oh. This is getting meta.
Better than Time Lord Radium.
Probably true.
I think while Melanie prepares, Shatrix is kind of going to find a place to sit kind of quietly and spend some time in prayer to kind of prepare herself for what's about to happen.
I reckon.
Melanie in between starts instructing Nathaniel and showcasing how this works as he's preparing this herbal substance. Wow, Jeff is allowed.
I'm still whispering. I know. Yeah.
You're still whispering, yeah,
It
but
doesn't
that is a
matter.
natural.
It literally does not
It's
matter.
okay. No worries. As once, go ahead, Jethros.
Is the group still crowding around Judas on the bed, or have they dispersed?
Well, Vala has stuck around. I don't know about the rest.
Then he will abstain. Go ahead, DM. I don't want to do anything.
Okay, sorry. I was typing something as well, Jethros. As Melanie will sing now that Judas is better and the group is somewhat sated, we'll then, well, if you are ready, Satrix, we can start. And if you are all going to look for regulars tomorrow, I think Nathaniel, and she passes a few more notes towards him, should be able to provide more doses of this alchemical conjunction. It needs to be created right before, so sadly cannot make any stop for you.
So this is something I'll do for a few nights in a row.
I would suggest at least 3.
At least 3. Okay. All right. Do I drink it?
When ready, and Sakura just points towards the bed. It is prepared in a small vial, like a testing tube.
All right. Well, it's like I assume that Judas isn't on the bed anymore.
It's plain sick now.
So she'll.
Right?
You're not on the bed anymore, right?
No, I could probably climb off the bed and kind of like does some stretching. Also note that previously where all these scars were disappeared, suddenly all those scars have reappeared. They seem to be there again without having disappeared like they did previously. He seems quite haggard, but he's standing up, is like looking what's going on.
All right. Then I'll go ahead and sit down the bed, take the vial, drink it, and then lay down and see. Try to clear my mind and go to sleep.
You didn't drink the prototype stuff, did you?
No.
I was like, what the hell?
That's a different thing.
Cool.
As Chatrix slowly starts to lose consciousness, it will take a moment before it actually kicks in.
Mhm.
In between, I'll assume that at the very least somebody more alchemically inclined like Nathaniel could inspect the prototype, given that it was found.
Having cooled
Yeah,
down
sure,
a bit.
I'll do that.
Having cooled down a bit, Jethris will try and help.
I put that as well under the items tab. Both the Butcher's Bib and the prototype are up for grabs. I guess the Band of Loyalty, though I doubt that somebody will be attuning to that and using it.
Yo! I need something to fill its attunement slot.
Where's this? Can't see it. Oh, it is it.
It's in the
Prototype.
items.
Band of Loyalty.
Great item.
That's
Feel
when
free to
you,
use the chat if you want to discuss about who gets the item, as I'll shift for a moment to turn to Satrix, who is having a vision. As you start feeling numb, you lose all sense or awareness of where you find yourself. You slowly open your eyes in a devastated landscape. One that you have seen in the past, however, Satrix, though in visions, mostly and to some extent taking place, the destroyed part Kesh is where you see Miriel's garden, statue of Miriel, beheaded.
She'll probably walk around a little bit, maybe kind of trail some fingers over the statue. Kind of look around and say, I remember this. This is what we didn't want to come to pass. And she'll just kind of look up at the statue.
Slowly from around you and very faintly, you hear words. They appear inaudible, more so like a mumble or something that is obscured, somewhat faded. And not that you see any appearance or something in there, somewhat veiled humanoid silhouettes around you. At least one kind of close towards you. There's a beacon of light where from the supposed figure a chest would be, as it is taking a shape of a kneeling person or a kneeling man, something of that kind. The appearance is definitely veiled, however, and you cannot see much of it as you are slowly adjusting to the detail of it. Do make me a perception check, say.
Okay. Ugh.
That is a terrible one. You can faintly hear ticking sound, not like a clock, more so as if something like a shell is breaking, a small shell is breaking. But you cannot truly understand the source of it. It is usually accompanied by a faint beating noise, and it keeps reoccurring again and again. Slowly, as you start to get acclimated, you see the guys or the veil in front of you getting lifted onto their knees and crying. Their eyes stands a very familiar figure to you. You can see the symbol of the yellow god onto their holy symbol, short, the bronze, and the custom Nithon colors, the golden hair, the eyes that glimmer with this heavenly light. Arlad stands right there as if he's weeping, holding someone dear to him, muttering some words, prayer of some sort, to some sort of a divine vow, religious vow, or a chant. It is hard to pick of which one is that. You are able to make a religion check. Or if you want to do something other than that, feel free as well.
All right. So I see my brother, and I kind of like, he's kneeling, so I'll kind of kneel down next to him. Try to put like my hand on his shoulder. Probably, I don't know if he's real or if it just passes through. And just try to kind of like open myself to that connection I have with Muriel and the Yellow God and say, seems like he's making some type of oath, and I know this is important. Try to help me understand. And she's going to try to see if she can, I guess, try to either focus a little better or see, you know, who it is that he's holding in his arms that he's weeping over.
You can either make me a religion or a perception check or an investigation. Either of the three can work. And as Jethros has suggested, you can have his body inspiration. As he sees, you see Jethros on the other side of that room. You see Satrix is grunting a little bit on her sleep. She's unsettled. She feels as if she's not really attacked, but harmed in some way. You can tell that that she's struggling a little bit.
Yeah, seeing that, Jethros will come and pull up a chair and say, "Hey, just focus, all right? Just calm down." And he's gonna start playing, I guess, a lullaby that his mother used to.
You can faintly hear that sound of Satrix in the back of your mind. You can definitely hear both the words of comfort from Jethros and the soft song, one that you do not recognize, but at the very least feels appropriate, or at the very least helpful.
Yeah, she kind of smiles and takes heart from the encouragement and just kind of like, you know, tries to calm down and just kind of listen. And she'll try to make another perception check.
For it.
And then you said, well, I don't know if we're going to have to make other checks, I guess. But your inspiration is a D8 or is it a D6? It's a D8?
And you can roll
okay.
2.
Okay, and she's going to roll it because she really, really is trying hard. And she doesn't know what's good and what's not. So I guess a 5. So 26.
6. More than fine. As Citrix, you hear the words, though you do not recognize exactly what it is being said. You hear words from it as you try to focus and zone in on that. You can hear all of those words that vow some sort of revenge or some sort of vengeance and justice for what has been done. The silhouette that seems to be next towards Arlan, though seems to not move and still somewhat veiled and spectral to you, does seem feminine. However, as you are attuning more and more to your senses, you kind of just close your eyes and open them again, trying to get everything, every information around you at the same time. You do notice two things. You realize where the sound, this sticking sound that you heard earlier on, is coming from, and you are able to see a woman standing on a bench onto the other side. An old elder woman, that is, eating some sunflower seeds. Her eyes do gleam with a similar golden hue, seemingly observing all this.
Can I get up and approach her? Does she seem to kind of see me, or is it like she's looking past me, still kind of at my brother?
Make me an insight check.
Okay.
As you turn towards her and you turn to look towards the woman, she seems surprised to see that she is being watched or observed. Happily surprised, or in general surprised, most that someone is actually able to notice. She seems caught off guard by this, but not alarmed, more so unexpectedly.
Who are you, if you don't mind my asking?
As you turn and approach closer towards her, forgive me, dear. Pops one more of the sunflower seeds and spits the shell of it. But this place is a fleeting memory, and so does my name elude me. Maybe I return the favor to who is that I am speaking with.
Sorry, I was cutting out a bit. You said she doesn't remember, and okay, just well, my name is Shatrix Nightthorn. You seem pretty fixated on Arlant, my brother. Do you know why he weeps?
Arla. So that is his name. I had begun to wonder, what is that man? Pops another one of those seeds and spits the shell out. I think that he's missing. A dear family member, perhaps a mother, sister, fiancée, or a child. I cannot tell. He does seem in pain so much.
Have you been watching him for a while now?
Oh. She seems, as you say that, seems somewhat surprised. No, what? Maybe Have. She wonders for a moment and turns and looks straight into your eye. You can see, Sage, similar glimmer. Make me an investigation check.
Oof. I have my other inspiration, like the DM inspiration for a long time ago, and I think it's a good time to not roll a 2, so I will use that here, and it'll just be a straight reroll. Come on. Can't be worse than a 2.
Well, 5% says it is, but thankfully it's not.
Your eyes do gleam with a similar hue to yours and Arland's. Maybe it is everyone that is in this place and part of this dreamscape, this eluding and fading world as it is. Maybe it's part of that, or it could be traced as some sort of relative of sort.
Your eyes, they're like mine and my father's and Arlan's and, well, like the eyes of our family. Have you been watching? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The Nighthorn family, see, not really correct you, more so adds in surprise as she remembers that. Like a thought that came to her head as you say that it kind of just pops up aloud, as she speaks aloud her mind. I've heard of that. Where have I heard of? She wondered for a moment.
I mean, maybe you've heard of Muriel as well. Can you feel that connection inside you?
Miri. She stands for a moment. Her gaze focuses further away than you, looking somewhere else for a moment, but stares intensively towards there. Ah. The angel. That was her name, wasn't it?
Was her name? Is her name?
She thinks for a moment, as if she got snapped from a slumber or a trance. Not in this. All that is, she has returned. Her land. Could she come back? Will she visit us? She wonders.
Sorry, I cut out a bit. Did you say that she visits?
Will she visit again? Will she, not
Will she
again.
visit
Will she
again?
visit
Okay.
us? Not again. Us. Will she visit us? She wondered.
Okay. I mean, if she has reason to do so, maybe she will visit. But I fear for her safety, something hunts her. Is it the same thing that hunted this woman that he weeps over? And I kind of point back to that figure he's holding.
She looks towards there and back towards you. Could you stand a little bit closer to him?
Sure, she'll back up a little bit.
That is you, Hirschholm.
Me? I kind of look down at the figure and then I look back at myself.
Yes. Semblance is uncanny.
I know there was one time that someone did intervene, but I thought he was far away at that time. Then I guess I'm kind of like looking around, taking in the picture of this kind of, destroyed and vacant garden. So this is when we failed. But we didn't fail. I'm not dead. I'm alive, and I kind of turn back around to look at her.
She seems confused as well. Her eye twitches a little bit and her hand makes a nearly spastic movement, very, very erratic and out of place as she looks around as if some sort of a... The best way to describe it is a glitz of sorts, but definitely alarming, not unsettling, but surely alarming, as if something had just happened. She looks again towards you. So this did never occur.
No.
She starts advancing forward, going closer towards Arlan. She puts her hand onto his head. My child, shut, troubled one. She did not die. This is not what happened to you, is it? Alan seems not be even aware that all of this is transpiring around him. She kneels a little bit down and kind of just looks straight towards his eyes. Go ahead, Cedric, you're about to add something.
Oh, if this never happened, he swore some type of vow. What happened to him later? You seem to watch over our family.
I only see this. I don't see much more. But the eye, they never lie. And she kind of just tries to hold Alan's face, though obviously it phases through him. You know what? Maybe my mother knows that. Yes. As she might know that.
Your mother?
Our mother.
Do you mean Muriel or our actual mother?
She moves closer and puts a hand onto the statue, looking and gazing towards that. Yes, she replies, as everything begins to fade and you regain consciousness.
I imagine she kind of like wakes up with a start because she was probably trying to also reach out and kind of follow this old lady to the statue. So she's probably kind of like reaching out maybe as she like wakes herself up. And just kind of looks around and says, "But it didn't happen. I need to talk to her. Muriel."
What?
Our mother. I guess but I didn't die. I could have died. I didn't die. She kind of like looks down at her hands.
Okay, I don't know much about this shit. You're not dead.
I feel like it's gonna take her like a minute or two. She probably pauses and is like blinks a little bit and kind of, she probably feels a little bit of that kind of grogginess from the whole kind of experience and that kind of dream. And she says, "I saw him. I saw my brother. He was weeping over me, but I was dead. But I'm not dead." I think he swore some type of vow to of justice, of revenge, of something, but where did he go next? I mean, what would have happened? Only Muriel can know. There was a lady there, an old lady. I think she watches over our family. I'll have to do this again. I need to speak to her again. Maybe I'll see more. She's probably just, and she's just like kind of is like rambling things like from the vision that she just had. But she'll look over at you, Jethro, and say that I heard you. Thank you.
Well, it looked like you were tossing and turning, so yeah.
Do I know when the next safe time to take another dose would be, Kazan?
Probably, by what Melanie has said, at the very least a day before you try to do this again.
Okay.
So next night probably is the safest way to do so.
Maybe you can try again tomorrow night. If you wish to speak to this person again in this vision.
I have to. Only she knows. I have to figure out what it means. Thank you.
I kind of look around. I say, I look at Shatrix. I say, I mean, as far as you can tell so far, no leads.
I mean, after I died, something happened. Arland, he went and did something, but I'm not sure what yet. But he swore some type of oath. I couldn't exactly hear, but whether it was vengeance or it was justice, I couldn't tell. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to think on it and pray a little more, but maybe I should try to. Well, I don't even know where he is. I couldn't even send a letter to him anyway. I have no idea where Arlent is. But something about our mother knows. I don't know, and she'll like she'll kind of retell as best as she can what she saw.
I mean, do we need to head back to Kesha and ask your mother something?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt. Speak with them. I mean, maybe if I describe to her, maybe she'll know who this old lady is. Someone in our family tree?
Perhaps.
I mean, technically, I'm not sure like how exactly it works. You know, I was like halfway asleep during class, but back when time was weird, Reg described to me the Sphinx, and I was able to contact her. Perhaps if the description's accurate enough, I could ask a question.
To my mother, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't know me at all, but...
No. Did you? Okay, I guess you weren't there the last time we were in Kesha, huh?
I was. You just didn't, like... You know, we weren't, like, you know, the greatest friends, so, like, you didn't really show me to your family or nothing.
Okay. Well, she kind of looks like me, but a little bit older. She has blonde hair, kind of like, well, you haven't met my brother anyway, but, you know, she kind of has blonde hair, and, you know, she's kind of human woman, kind of on the, a little bit on the sturdy side, and she'll try to, like, paint you the best picture she can, with some descriptions. But my mother doesn't have the same eyes that I do. Hers are a little bit more normal. They're about green. The bloodline comes through my father.
Does she have a name?
Yes, and I have to make sure I verify that it is correct.
I know, you just woke up. I'm sorry for questioning you so much. I know you're a bit groggy.
I want to say it starts with like an R, but yeah, Rarity, yeah, that it, yes.
Really rolls off the tongue.
Well, you know, old family, they're a fan of their strange names. I mean, after all, my brother's name is Arlant and my name is Shatrix,
Yeah,
so...
no judging. No judging. But, I can do that. I can try, like, in the morning. I'm kind of fucking drained after everything today.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Yeah, if you don't mind, that would be great. And I don't know what else there is we want to do here, but if there's nothing else pressing, then we can always start heading in the direction of Kesha.
Certainly. Then, you know, if Regulus gets back early, we still got the tablet. You know, no chance that blows up on us or anything.
Well, we can always, if you want to, I mean, I have to do this again tomorrow night. We could, if you want to do the sending, we can always go try to hunt down Regulus. We know where he went.
Man, it's whatever you guys choose. Besides, if
He
we
seems
do
to be
that,
a very. Oh, sorry. Sorry, good fight. Jeffress, right? Apologies. Even to you.
yeah. Gives you time to write down what you want me to say. It's gotta be 25 words. Checks the spell.
I can do that. It also gives me a little bit of time to sit with this and think about it a little more. Maybe even if we go back to Kesha and I'm there in the garden. I've always felt, aside from the connection I feel with her, I've always felt the closest to Muriel there. Maybe she'll meet me.
And as the group ponders, what's the next step to undergo? Whereas on the horizon it appears that Regulus will be the next target for this group. This is where we're going to put a pause until next.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a cool vision. I enjoyed it.
Indeed.
Crazy episode.
A lot of crazy things happened today.
Yeah, I can't believe Judas was not himself the entire time.
He hasn't used once the reaction to take damage since he was into the Shadowfell.
Yeah, I noticed that he. Yeah, I did notice that actually, and I was like, why isn't he doing any redemption paladin stuff? Also, he's totally not acting like a redemption paladin. I brought it up when I was talking to Brianna a few weeks ago, but we were like, we honestly thought that it was for out of character reasons, so we decided to leave it be. But we should have lesson learned. We should have pursued that in character.
But it's really great because this has been the only thing that Jethris has known, and he just sees him as a dick who's been acting rude to people below his pay grade.
He has been playing with mirror image haste, which is expeditious retreat, which all of those are treachery paladin shenanigans.
Oh, treachery paladin for so long.
Yeah,
it was
so,
like, yes, the tattoos. Oh no, yeah, no, this.
I don't know if I did or
he
not,
was
but
like
I
casting like.
I thought it was weird, but I should have brought it up in character. I was like, I don't know. I thought this was just a stylistic choice. So.
I picked it out, and I don't know if I texted you, Judas, about it or not, but I was like, yeah, he's treachery, right? It's weird.
No, it's somebody else, not me at least.
Yeah, I think
I was like, no, I can't just like tattoo. And then the figure why the only thing that actually worked to my benefit is the fact that Kazan critted me so many times. My health was so low. Nobody questioned why I wasn't using
that did help quite a lot. I must say that it did that help. That he took so much time, a lot of damage, so people weren't actually turning to him or were looking for him to use his reaction. But he hasn't used it ever since. This is the sad.
Interesting.
Is it his character building? You're enjoying yourself?
Well, either way, Jethris is taking off this cloak because he doesn't want to be filleted.
I think that is not a bad idea. My dad is a bastard.
For the sake of everyone's holy water as well.
To hide that item, if you're not keeping it on the group, if there's one place to hide that item, it definitely has to be here. So many people live in this place. It's gonna be insane looking for a needle in the haystack. Literally.
Just give it back to Regulus. I'm sure that'll go over well. Just give it to the shining beacon.
But
incorruptible.
Next session as well, Lily will return to their own of Regulus. Get back to that.
Ew.
It's gonna be pretty soon.
Gross.
The way that investigation took place in the underground fighting pit didn't leave much of a lead to follow, so the raid style did not work out against those people. Well, I guess it worked. It threw them away.
Frankly.
So help the city. Yay. But yeah, any questions, anything to add before we call it off for the day?
No.
I don't think so.
That was a good game,
Oh,
everyone.
good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
What's the rat dude been up to?
Ha.
I guess around the area, I'll say that out of character, so it helps a little bit. He might do shady stuff, but not plot-related shady stuff. He might be just a low-life criminal of this place, as he was prior. Stuff like that. But he's not really connected to the plot behind what the people of the Maiden of Pain were doing.
Okay.
I think I will throw my hat in the ring on this. I'm not sure who's interested, but Jethris definitely wants to drink the evil slime.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
no.
I need
Please
more
do not-
patrons.
No, that's not a patron. That's a whole makeover thingy. Don't drink that.
You could have Muriel as your patron, then you don't have to drink any slime.
Eat!
And you can also glow and be sparkly.
Guys.
Just throwing it out there.
Snowsong can drink it. There's no
Good.
threat there, right? No?
He could.
Yeah, then he dies,
Jethris doesn't
disappears,
get there
and just
first.
takes the item with him.
And it becomes now. Technically speaking, if anybody that's attuned to it dies, they become a black goo.
Well, I'm not gonna die.
I mean, if you die, do you really care if you become a goo or not? If
I'm
you
not
die,
gonna
you
die,
die.
so it's fine.
Unless you attune also to the binding of loyalty. Now that's how we talk.
Hey, that's just a good item.
It's a good combination to have those both items attuned at the same time.
Your friend had this ring of wishes.
Yes, don't give the band of loyalty to the questionable moral blood hunter. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I was actually shocking if, depending on how it turned out, would it be interesting if they forced it on Judas?
Wait, does the... Okay, question. Does
We don't want to
the...
kill you.
Does the evil
No,
goop...
I only die if I betray you.
Does the evil goop make you look weird?
I guess when you use an action to become amorphous, yeah, probably makes you look weird. But in that sense, when you use that action, you become a jelly, pretty much.
You should add a line that says, because of the acid breath, you just have permanent indigestion, like the worst indigestion of your life.
Maybe there is. Yeah.
I have good metabolism. Well, that's what Jethris wants to do, so if no one else wants to eat the goop.
What's the...
If you want to eat the
I know,
goop, go for the
Kaz,
goop.
you told me...
Go ahead.
You told me Snowsong can get...
Also, Snowsong can utilize this, yes.
But in a slightly different way?
Similar to the lightning form that Snowsong has, like an acidic variety of that, if you were to consume it.
Snowsong goo form.
Hey man, there's a million magic items. If you want Snowsong to drink the goop, let Snowsong drink the goop.
You're just unlocking a new evolution for him.
Snowsong is the equivalent of Eevee.
An Eevee.
Yes.
Boop, boop, boop,
Has a form
boop.
for each
Digital
type.
monsters. Oh man, I now have to go and respec. Oh, back to my redemption.
Totally up to you, Goel. I don't care.
It was kind of funny. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a very long con.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it's good because now, like, I was like, oh, he's definitely not playing the redemption up so much. I was like, now it's better because we know it wasn't actually you.
I mean, imagine how weird it is for me who actually met him like that. It was like, oh, okay, he's playing
Yep.
an interesting type of a paladin. That's fine.
This is all I fucking know.
Yeah.
This weird judgmental dude that calls me a
Yeah.
lizard all the fucking time. And then also says, hey, you're the most trustworthy person I know. Okay.
I should know.
Anyways, enjoy, have a good week, and I will see you all next week. If you need something, let me know. You know where to find me. Bye,
Sounds good. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
See you all.
Ciao.
Have a good
See you
one.
guys.
Mhm.
Okay.